Back in San Francisco, let's head down to the field for our national anthem with Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran up, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Huey Lewis and the News with our national anthem. It's the 49ers and the Saints. Right now, our NFL Mobile Moment presented by Verizon.
Tim Tebow does it again. I'm told the Broncos starting quarterback gave a very impassioned speech to his teammates this morning, telling them, hey, this is David versus Goliath. Obviously, the Patriots being Goliath here. We've gone through so much stuff this year. Nobody believed in us. Let's not be afraid of the big bag giant. I'm told he got a standing ovation from his teammates. NFL Mobile is built to bring you the game. Get updates and highlights of your favorite teams. Call Star NFL to get NFL Mobile only from Verizon.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
'49ers head coach Jim Harbaugh and his quarterback Alex Smith on a beautiful day here in San Francisco, 62 degrees. The 49ers have won the toss but deferred. Let's head down to the field. And Tony Siragusa. Goose.
Thanks, Kenny. This is going to be great today. We got the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. Two completely different defenses with two completely different philosophies. When you look at San Francisco, they're old school. They're fundamentally sound. They're physical. They run to the ball, and they make you earn every yard. Now, when you look at the New Orleans Saints, it's very simple. They want to do three things. They want to pressure, and bring more pressure. And if they give up a big play for a touchdown, they're still going to come with pressure all day long. Listen, both of these offenses are very good. But let's not ever forget, defenses win championships.
All right, thanks, Goose. And Sean Payton's Saints won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago, a career postseason record of 5-2. And there's Jim Harbaugh getting set to coach in his first postseason game.
And I think it's one of those classic matchups. Obviously, during the course of the game, it is strength versus strength. The New Orleans Saints offense against the San Francisco 49er defense. This is going to be a great game to watch.
49ers won the coin toss 11 times during the regular season. They deferred every time. They do so again today. So David Akers will get things started. And when you look at all the numbers, all the records on the Saints side this season, one thing that comes to mind, down 17, the biggest deficit the Saints were forced to come back from and were able to come back from this season, just 10 against Houston.
Well, I think when the game started, if you were to say, hey, early in the game it's going to be 17-0, I think everybody would have thought New Orleans got out to the great start. The one thing about New Orleans right now, because they have so much confidence and they can become very efficient offensively, they're going to feel that no lead is insurmountable, even though, as you pointed out, Kenny, 10 points is the biggest one they've come back from this year.
Downs at the 23 as Breeze gains 5 for a Saints club that has won 11 of 12 games indoors this season, scoring 39 points per game.
Well, this is why you had all the discussion during the course of the week leading up to this game, because there is a large disparity in those numbers. But with the conditions we have today, I still don't feel it's being outside on grass. Right now, it's just the fact that New Orleans is turning the ball over, and San Francisco is very opportunistic with those turnovers.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
Well, that's almost as fun as attending a 49ers playoff game today here in San Francisco.
Oh, the weather's been, not only today, but the entire weekend, the weather's been fantastic. So some people here in the Bay Area taking advantage of that.
Very important to go and have great weather. And we've done many a playoff game, so I'll tell you what, Daryl, this is a pleasure being down here in this weather. Beautiful.
62 degrees at kickoff. Saints have quieted this Candlestick crowd as Drew Brees goes 7 for 7 on the drive. 14-yard touchdown pass to Jimmy Graham.
No, I talked about both of the defenses, and one thing I haven't seen from the Saints is pressure. A lot of pressure, and trying to force Alex Smith into some bad situations. This is a very important series right here for San Francisco, though. There's 9 minutes, 32 seconds left on the board. They need to go and get some of that clock and whittle it down, because they do not want to give Drew Brees as more possessions than he needs to be in this first half, because when he has the ball in his hands at any time, he could score. So it's important they chew the clock up as much as possible right here.
That was one of the things that Greg Williams said about Jim Harbaugh. He was impressed with his kind of management style as an offensive coach. A lot of times you're talking about tempo, up tempo, but he thought that Jim Harbaugh did a great job of limiting the opportunities for possessions.
11-yard return by Sproles out to the 34. A 49-yard punt by Lee. Drew Brees and the Saints offense when we return. Quite a statement considering the Saints won Super Bowl 44 2 years ago. Well, we're here in San Francisco, home of the country's most notorious prison, Alcatraz. And this Monday, Fox presents an epic new drama from J.J. Abrams and the producers of Lost. For 100 years, no one had ever escaped from Alcatraz until the night they all vanished. Uncover the secret of Alcatraz. Don't miss the 2-hour premiere event this Monday at 8, 7 Central on Fox. Have you ever visited Alcatraz, Goose?
Yeah, Kenny, been there quite a few times.
An invited guest.
As a visitor, exactly, thank you.
2:14 remaining in the first half. 49ers leading by 3. Our coverage of the divisional round continues tomorrow as the New York Giants head to Lambeau Field to face Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. It all gets underway at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific tomorrow, right here on Fox.
I'm looking forward to that game as well. A rematch from earlier this year. Green Bay 38-35 over the New York Giants. But the New York Giants, in my opinion, playing as well as they have played all season right now.
Brees to the near side. Goldson able to make the tackle on Sproles after a short gain of just 2. As we hit the 2-minute warning here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, with the 49ers leading the Saints by 3. Play of the first half barring a defensive penalty. 4 seconds remaining. Saints trailing by 3. Brees moves to his right, and then he throws it out of bounds and will keep on going to the Saints locker room. So the 49ers took a 17-0 lead, but the Saints come back with 14 points in the second quarter. Niners lead by 3 at the half. The Visa halftime report with Kurt and the guys coming up after these messages.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. More fans go with Visa.
Well, when Alex Smith threw this touchdown pass to Michael Crabtree, it looked like the 49ers might run away with this thing. They had a 17-0 lead at one point. Right now it's 17-14 at halftime of this divisional matchup here on Fox. We welcome you to the Visa Halftime. Kurt Menefee along with Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. And Howie, the defense for San Francisco got things going early and really made a quick statement.
Yeah, we talked about the contrast and the styles of these two defenses with 49ers in the role of Joe Frazier, and here early, Dante Whitner on the coverage. I thought it was a bad call, but could have got his head turned around, and then that sets up their red zone play, and Dante Whitner again with what I think was the play that set the tone for the game. Forced the fumble. I couldn't imagine this defense playing any better in the first half than they did, forcing 3 turnovers, but the shocking thing that the score is just 17-14.
Howie, San Francisco gave Drew Brees a rare misread on the coverage. Here, Deshaun Golson lines up like he's going to play the back half, the deep part of the field. He rotates over to the middle third, gets the interception, returns it 41 yards to the 4-yard line, setting up San Francisco for their second touchdown. Rarely is Drew Brees, fooled by coverage, and San Francisco did a great job of disguising it.
And Jimmy, we all know that if you turn the ball over 4 times in this league, the percentage of winning, 10%. 4 turnovers in the first half by the Saints, and they're still only down by 3. And the job Drew Brees has done, folks, is pretty amazing. On the road, 2 touchdown passes, being down 17-0.
Terry, a +3 on the turnover differential, 141-9.
Wow.
Well, 2 of the big matchup problems for both sides were the tight ends, matching up with the tight ends. And as you can see with Vernon Davis early in the game, just comes out, runs a little crossing route. Alex Smith hits him, and he just literally makes one guy miss and outruns everybody to the end zone. Because of his size and speed, to run a 4-2, 4-3 is hard to match up. Jimmy Graham is not going to be that fast, but for Patrick Willis, the matchup problem is the height. Drew Brees throws the ball up high. Jimmy Graham goes up and gets it. And we're sitting here watching TB, and TB looked at me and goes I would have never thrown that ball. Yeah. Drew Brees has the ultimate confidence, as you can see on the pass to Colston as well. He knows where to place the ball.
And he has amnesia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He's able to forget things very quickly, and we don't want to forget to mention that Jimmy's stat was in the playoffs, 141-9. So a big, big difference. Of course, there's still another half of that game to play. And later on tonight, it's the AFC divisional matchup of Saturday. The New England Patriots hosting the Denver Broncos. And to get ready for that, our John Lynch had a chance to speak with the Bronco head coach, John Fox.
Thanks, Kurt. Coach, Week 15, you guys lost to the Patriots. Turnovers turned out to be the difference. Last week, a very aggressive theme, pull the trigger. How do you balance that aggressive mentality with a conservative approach?
Well, there's no doubt we're going to have to play the game aggressively. This game wasn't meant to be played carefully. So whether it's offense, defense, or the kicking game, we got to have our A game tonight, and I think we're ready for it.
You're going up against one of the all-time greats in Tom Brady. How do you disrupt a quarterback like him?
You got to play great team defense. I mean, your coverage has to disrupt the timing of the receivers and make them hold the ball, and then your rush has got to get there. So that'll be the big duty tonight.
All right. Best of luck to you. Back to you, Kurt, in Los Angeles.
All right, thanks, John. And John, TB?
Yeah, you know what? Dave Magazoo's the offensive line coach for Denver. Last week, the offensive line was phenomenal in giving Tebow plenty of time to throw the football. Understand this, folks. In 15 previous starts for Tebow, only 1 pass over 50. Last week, Darius Thomas had a 51, a 58, a game winner, 80-yard. The deep ball, man-to-man coverage had to have time, and I think Magazoo, the offensive line coach, did a whale of a job in giving him that time.
How about Tebow going sleeveless there? It's below freezing in New England right now. Let's talk about the second half of this game, Jimmy.
Well, Sean Payton can go with the same speech that he gave last week. He was down 14-10 in Detroit, and they had turned it over twice in the first half. So let's come back out. We've taken their best shot. Let's go out there and make some plays.
They came out last week, scored 5 straight touchdowns.
But keep pressure on Drew Brees if you're the 49ers.
Well, we'll find out what they can do offensively if they have more plays like our Visa team play in the first half. When Drew Brees threw this beautiful pass to Marcus Colston, it could be trouble for San Fran. But that defense is strong. Second half comes up.
Halftime in San Francisco with the 49ers leading the Saints 17-14. The NFC Divisional Playoffs continue tomorrow at Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers and the defending Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers take on Eli Manning and the New York Giants in a rematch of the 2007 NFC Championship game won by the Giants in overtime. It's the Packers and the Giants. Coverage begins tomorrow at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Second half coming up next. We get set for the second half here in San Francisco with the 49ers leading the Saints by the score of 17-14. As we welcome you back, Kenny Albert with Daryl Johnston. 49ers get off to a great start, their first playoff game since January of 2003, but then Drew Brees, 2 touchdown passes in the second quarter, and the Saints find themselves in a pretty similar position to last week's wild card game against Detroit.
Yeah, and hopefully San Francisco, paid a lot of attention to that film. They were -2 with the turnovers last week in the first half against Detroit. Came out and had that unbelievable second half offensively. -3 this week, but still just down 3 points. So we'll have to wait and see. They play defensively much different than Detroit does, so we'll see what happens.
35 points in the second half against the Lions for the Saints. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. Remember, the 49ers won the coin toss and deferred, so they will get the ball first here in the third quarter. And they will start from the 20-yard line as we take a look at the first half numbers.
Guess what's going to be the big one that pops out at you? There you go. Turnovers and points off. Now, the one thing is you hope that they didn't miss out on some opportunities there in the first half, Tony.
I'll tell you what, talk to Sean Payton coming out. He wasn't in as bad a mood as I thought he was going to be. He said, listen, we have 4 turnovers. We're down by 3 points. We're in a good position right now. He also did say Pierre Thomas is out, but he's okay. He spoke with them. So we'll address that later and find out more of the specifics.
Fox.
Candlestick Park hosting its 25th postseason game, including 7 NFC Championship games. You played in 2 of them, Daryl.
Great place. I always enjoyed coming out here. One of the more difficult places to play, especially in the playoff environment.
Talking earlier before the game, Daryl, you said the field is completely different than when you played, huh?
Yeah, that game in '92 wasn't quite as nice a day as it is today. They had a real tough game, the wild card round. They chewed the field up. They actually had to resod from 20 to 20 all the way across the numbers.
On Fox.
Saints have turned the ball over 5 times today. The last team to win with 5 turnovers in the postseason, the '82 Jets. They beat the LA Raiders 17-14. Yes, Howie Long did play. In fact, he had a sack in the game, but the Jets won despite 5 turnovers.
Yeah, but you saw only 14 points, and how do you know how many were generated off those turnovers? Very similar to here, 5 turnovers with only 13 points generated.
So 2 great plays by Rodgers. We mentioned he will start the Pro Bowl. That, of course, is if the 49ers did not make it to the Super Bowl. Pro Bowl the week before. Fair catch is called for at the 15-yard line by Ted Ginn. Well, this month, FX and Fox are your home for exciting live UFC action with more than 10 epic fights on 3 incredible nights featuring some of the sport's best up-and-coming fighters as well as title contenders looking to earn their shot at the belt and their place in history. A full month of outstanding UFC events continues tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific with the UFC 142 prelims on FX.
I'd like to see San Francisco on this drive come out and kind of get back to what they are. Commit to the run a little bit here. They've been a little bit fancy here the first couple of drive opportunities in the second half.
Pretty good field position for the Saints, who trail by 6.
Well, they got off to a great start with the turnovers, but since that time when they were up 17-0, they really haven't been in to get in any type of a rhythm. Another turnover, actually turnover on their own. Michael Crabtree's had a tough afternoon, had a couple of drops, and now you try and get fancy, get out of your element. That's a backward pass that Alex Smith has to get down and recover on. So I tell you, it's just since that first quarter, Alex Smith and his offense have not been able to establish any type of rhythm here offensively. And let's give some credit to the Saints defense. They've been asked to do some tough duty today because of the turnovers, and they've stood up strong.
The 39-yard line, a gain of 7 as time winds down in this third quarter. 49ers led 14-0 after 1. 17-14 at the half. A David Akers field goal accounting for the only points in the third quarter. So after 3 here in San Francisco, it's the 49ers leading the Saints by 6. Well, the Saints with 5 turnovers today, 49ers +4. In postseason history, teams with a +4 turnover margin are 71-1.
I have to ask the question, Kenny. Who is the one?
Baltimore Colts, 1977. An overtime loss, 37-31 to the Oakland Raiders. Ken Stabler hit Dave Casper in overtime for the win. Back in San Francisco with producer Barry Landis, director Michael Frank, Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston, Tony Siragusa. Early fourth quarter, 49ers lead the Saints by 3.
They have been solid on the coverage teams, Darryl, huh?
Well, they certainly have these, and despite 5 turnovers, Darryl, the Saints with a chance to take the lead.
Oh, it's surprising, and you generate the turnovers, but you're not doing anything with them, so you find yourself in a position right now, and it's kind of scary because this Saints team has so much confidence in their offense. They've been playing with it for about 9 weeks. You saw what happened last week after a sluggish first half against Detroit. Similar situation with the turnovers. Came out and were explosive. This is a much different defense for the San Francisco 49ers, so this is going to be exciting as we get down to the end here.
Sproles, Bowman made the tackle, gain of just 1.
I'll tell you what, one thing that San Francisco has done is they really went and did a great job of going and forcing Drew Brees to throw those underneath routes. Really haven't seen a lot of downfield throws, the big bombs for the giant plays to Colston. They've really corralled him very well here in this game.
Love the Tigers.
Thank you very much, Kenny.
Well, the winner of this game will advance to the NFC Championship game next Sunday against the winner of the Packers and the Giants, who will play tomorrow on Fox.
That's going to be another fantastic game.
Tell you what, the last time they played, that was a close game.
Left too much time on the clock for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Absolutely, but I'll tell you what, that defense of the New York Giants is playing way better than I ever thought they were going to play.
Running game's hitting their stride now too, Tony.
Yeah, they really are. Those 2 guys in the backfield are playing tremendous.
They're pulling. Again, nice job by the New Orleans Saints defensive front. They had everything bottled up over there.
Alex Smith, the first overall pick back in 2005. Remember Aaron Rodgers waiting in the green room. He was not chosen until 24th overall by the Green Bay Packers. There was speculation as to who would go number 1, and the 49ers with Mike McCarthy as their offensive coordinator went with Alex Smith. Missed the entire 2008 season. His 7 offensive coordinators, including North Turner and Mike Martz. This season, 13-3 record, threw for over 3,000 yards, and he is 2 minutes 11 seconds away from a trip to the NFC Championship game.
Just great resiliency by Alex Smith. During the course of the beginning of his career, could have broke a lot of guys, but he's hung in there. And he's had a great season this year.
He's got some thick skin. I'll tell you what, he just rebounded unbelievably. I'll tell you what, he's having a lot of fun. When we got a chance to meet with him, he was smiling from ear to ear. He was so happy to be in his first postseason game. Great to see guys like that to come back.
And he has really benefited from the coaching of Jim Harbaugh, former quarterback. Spent so much time together during the short training camp, preseason, in the meeting room, film room, out on the practice field. And here's Darren Sproles on the return, and he is tackled back at the 12-yard line by Colin Jones, a rookie out of TCU.
He's had a nice day on special teams. Coming in, stumbling, still breaks down, able to wrap up Darren Sproles. Just another example of the complementary football, the way San Francisco plays. All 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams, all functioning together.
I'll tell you what, this team tackles like no other I've ever seen. Fundamentally unbelievable, this team.
How does it feel to have your first playoff win under your belt?
Man, it feels great. It's just unbelievable. I mean, to come out and, get this win. I mean, it means so much. It means so much to me, my teammates, the organization. I mean, it's all the work that we put in.
You got to hand it to their team and the way that they battled as well. I think really that's just two great teams that are used to winning, that know how to win, that know how to finish, just going at it. And unfortunately, there can only be one winner.
Well, you know, 5 turnovers by the New Orleans Saints certainly helps, but I have to tell you, Jim Harbaugh has done a great job transforming his team into a team that's got a great edge on defense, but also, how about Alex Smith? Alex Smith, what a great way to end that game, channeling his inner Joe Montana. Fantastic finish for the young man.
No, he channels his inner Steve Young to Terrell Owens, beating the Green Bay Packers almost 15 years ago on a similar play down the middle. We wanted to know, could Alex Smith, if they took Frank Gore away, and they did for the most part, could he step up and answer the bell, Coach? I think he removed all doubts. He handled himself well today.
This was supposed to be a